you headed?
Headed to take our little hair bear to the vet. Poor little guy.
So the last couple days, Harry, literally today and yesterday, he's been lethargic. He's not eaten anything that we know of. He's not drank anything. We tried to give him treats this morning. We tried to give him minerals, his own dedicated eating space,
Hay,
electrolytes, hay, anything and everything, and he acted very oddly. We have a little bit of footage of that. That's from our feeding this morning.
and he didn't eat or drink anything.
Not a thing.
He wouldn't do it.
So I called Dad, and of course we called the vet first, and they don't have like an emergency situation or whatever, but we kind of told them that, you know, this is an emergency in our world. So they were able to get us in about 3 or 4 hours after I had called. So we're headed there now. Talking with Dad, you know, we're able to kind of check some things, and it's just so hard to know with goats because they're prey. When they get ill like this, they do everything they can not to show it. And so he's showing it by how lethargic he is and the fact that he's not eating anything. That's a big deal. So thankful they were able to get him in. We haven't been there yet, obviously, and we're really hoping that maybe they can inject something, or maybe we use a syringe to get him some kind of fluids or something, but we'll keep you guys posted. You wanna go out there and graze? Mm-hmm. I've got the gate open. You all right, little Betty? We got you a vet visit this afternoon, okay? I need you to eat and drink, though. You want to go out there and graze? Come here.
Harry, you want to come out and graze? Come on, buddy. Come on.
What's going on with you, little guy? Golly. Got the electrolytes, minerals, and grain. There's fresh water. He doesn't want anything to do with any of it. What do you do when you try to give him treats?
He sniffed them, and then he turned the other direction.
You're so close, buddy.
He didn't want anything to do with it.
Can you come over and eat and drink a little bit? I mean, he's just out of it.
I've never seen him act like this. Yesterday morning, even, I brought him out to his food, and he nibbled a little bit, but he didn't get in there and eat like he normally does.
Yeah, no, I noticed the same last night. I isolated a feeder for him because Larry and Blue don't always let him get in there, but he still didn't want anything to do with it. What's going on, buddy?
Hi, buddy.
You want to come eat some of your minerals or treats or food? We got everything out for you, bud. There's a boy.
That's a good sign. Want to go out and graze a little bit?
Yeah, you can go out here. Nope. Are his electrolytes in the shelter?
Yeah. You gonna come inside? Okay.
Appreciate you guys being good over there.
They know something's wrong. They're all being super calm.
Yeah. Come on, little guy. Pull a Houdini. I mean, if his rumen shut down, I wouldn't think he'd eat any hay.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. He's scratching his face.
That's what I'm trying to tell. I got everybody in here hayed and feed and all that. I'll get him some treats here in a minute. Looks like he's laying down with you.
Yeah, he kind of just walked up and he was kind of like putting his nose on my arm first, and then he just laid down and cuddled in with me and is just resting his head on my leg.
Still had no food or anything. Here comes the rain. I gotta get the hay feeders inside the big shelter.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Hi there, Bear.
Why are you licking my leg, dude? Ooh, tastes pretty good. Ooh. Well, you got a problem with it? Silly goat. Oh, this is tough. Hang in there, little buddy. We're gonna get you to the vet, okay? Here, Bear, you just enjoying some hay with your brother and your mom? Hi, Bluesy. Can you cuddle up with the boys tonight?
I'm so happy to see him eating.
Oh, for sure. And they seem to do a whole lot better in this nursery than they did the other one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which this is where she nursed these two, so it took her a while to give it up to Mama and her boys.
Yeah, but I think they'll handle it pretty well over here. She won't pace around as much over here.
Yeah.
I saw Harry pee, and he had just a little bit of diarrhea, so that's a good sign. At least there's some
movement.
movement.
Well, the fact that he's eating hay, man, that's a big one.
Yes.
In fact, he's eating hay that he's got strewn about over his head through his antlers or through his horns.
That's hilarious.
I'm so thankful we were able to get him in today.
Oh my gosh, me too.
I think those antibiotics might have saved his life. We couldn't have gone into the weekend like that.
Oh no, especially not with the 107 temperature.
Right. Herc upgraded his stick too.
What do you have, Herc?
He's actually dangerous when he carries a stick around like that. What are you?
Are you trying to be a longhorn?
I don't mess around,
What are you doing?
Mom. Hi, guys. Buddy. Did you find a bigger stick than the last one you were whacking everybody with? Hi, Mr. Little Mario. Hercules. No, that's Little Mario. Koopa, Mama, Spruce. Keep it together. Keep it together. Hey guys, it's Kyle and Shannon. Welcome back to K&S Get Out. Man, it's like winter just smacked us in the face.
Yeah, so much for that nice fall weather.
Yeah, it's like 40 degrees
No,
today.
no.
Hey,
Get down.
Hey, Well,
Dude.
yeah, a little over 40 degrees today. We came down and we've noticed something the last couple days with the Blues crew, specifically Mr. Harry. Hi, buddy.
Hey,
I
Herc,
know
come
it.
here, come on. Hi.
Hi, Blue. Do you guys want me to feed you? Let me feed you in there, okay? How about I feed you in there this morning? Hi, little guy. Spruce says, "Where my food? I don't care about the Blues crew. Harry's fine. Don't worry about it. I just want my food." Be a little sensitive.
Herc just
buddy.
wants all the attention. I know.
Mama, come on, come on.
Whew.
Well, so are we gonna feed a little, a little differently than we normally do? Like, let's
Yeah.
feed the Blues crew in here and maybe we can get those guys over in that nursery?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think?
We'll try it.
What do you think, Coop? You down for that? I want your shirt, I want your pants, I want anything and everything. And then Herc wants all the attention. Guys, we love these animals. And if you've seen any of our videos, it's very apparent, and we don't put on a show. These are pets. I know they're farm animals. I know it. On any other farm, they're goats, they're farm, whatever. But these are our first farm animals. It's a learning experience for Shannon and I, but we did notice, remember we had,
You're so talkative.
we better get some feed. in for these guys before we get to going, huh? You guys are just so friendly. So friendly. Hi. Hi, boys. Hi, boys. I know it.
Thank
I
you,
know
Herc.
it. Golly, look. I know
you.
you're going to eat my hoodie string. I know, Mama. It's coming. We got to get you guys situated. Make sure there's no water in your feeders. Hi, Bubba. Hi, big guy. My goodness. Thanks for keeping everybody safe last night, mister. Oh, it's cold down there. Oh, he says.
He totally slimed my sleeve.
Incision looking phenomenal. We've had absolutely no issues. Hey, 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 hey. Come on now. Come on now. We know. It's coming. Mama's getting it. Mama's getting it, bud. Yeah. You're learning from your mama. Guys. Oh, Harry. You're shivering. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Got goat hooves in my tushy. Whew. Come on out. You don't have to.
Poor little guy.
Poor little guy's been ill, and he's been struggling to eat and drink, and so he can't stay too warm, so he's got the shivers.
I'm sorry, Hair Bear.
It's okay, Mommy. I just don't feel good.
I know.
Hi, Larry. That's my jacket. That's my jacket. That's my jacket, Stinker. So a little over a month ago, Larry and Harry, we took them to the vet to be banded because I failed at my first attempt by myself. And it was all good. They also got their CDT shots at that time. And it took a lot longer for theirs to fall off than it did Spruce's. Well, about 3 days ago, we noticed, 3 or 4 days, I don't know, it's hard to remember. We noticed that Harry's had come off, but Mr. Larry's had not. Totally fine. Larry was a little more mature physically than Harry. You know, they both were born, I think, kind of prematurely. That being said, we also noticed that Harry was acting a little funny. Like, we got everybody out to graze and everybody went out, including Blue and Larry, who are usually the last two to leave the pen. But as they got about halfway up the hill, we heard a goat crying down in Goatville. Well, it was Harry, and he was just holding still. He would not join the group, but it's like he wanted to. So it took a little bit of coercing, and finally he came out. But we just started paying closer attention at that point because it continued. He didn't eat that next morning when Shannon fed. Then I fed that evening. He again did not eat, and I isolated him, tried to get him all by himself so that he could focus on eating and not have the competition with others. But it just wasn't good. And from everything we know about goats, which is not a lot other than what we've learned out here and you've seen us learn, when they stop eating or drinking, you know, they don't want to show weakness because their prey, they don't want to show you that they're ill. And that's just a natural thing in goats or most all prey. But we got to keep a close eye on Harry, and on the second day, we freaked out. He just wasn't looking good. He wasn't moving. He was awake and alert, but just very docile. Is that the word?
Yeah, very lethargic.
Lethargic, just not much activity. And man, panicked, called Dad. You know, Dad gave me all the advice. We gave him electrolytes, minerals, his own feed. Hey, come on down, big guy.
Come here, Herc. Over here, come here.
I want you to talk about me. Hi, buddy. Hi. I know it. I know it. Gotta be nice to the Blues Crew today, okay? Harry needs some special attention. I know. I love you. Silly boy. So yeah, we were as prepared as we could be, because it's very, very hard to know exactly what's wrong with a goat and exactly what you need to do to help heal it, fix it, you know, whatever. So we called Dad, we did everything, we were Googling, we provided him everything he could need in that nursery over there by himself, with Shannon and I, of course. And we spent most of the day just kind of hanging out with him, making sure he was okay, trying to get him to eat or drink or go to the bathroom. He had not gone to the bathroom, at least what we had witnessed, neither number 1 nor 2.
He also wasn't chewing his cud.
That's true. Yeah.
Normally, goats always, if they're not eating, they're chewing their cud.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even doing that.
Well, I mean, he's basically kind of doing the same today. But guys, the Animal Clinic of Diamond, they're the ones that we've had out here before to check on everybody, and I forget who it was, I think Luigi or somebody specifically. But great, great vet clinic. They've been wonderful to us. They know how new we are to all of this, so they do a great job of explaining things to us. And we called them, and they don't really have an emergency system. Like, you can't just show up with an animal and say, hey, they're dying, help us. But we called, and she could tell we were kind of panicking, and they were able to get us in about 3 or 4 hours after I had called, which is incredible. And we were very grateful, and we let them know that. So long story short, Harry did awesome at the vet. Now, he was ill. He laid in Shannon's lap the whole way there, hardly moved. So needless to say, it was a waiting room full of dogs. And then in comes Shannon and I with Harry in our arms. Everybody just kind of... And I knew what they were all thinking, so I said out loud, I was like, yeah, that's a funny looking dog, ain't it? And the guy next to me was like, man, I thought your dog had horns there for a minute. I was like, well, he does. That's not our dog. But he did an awesome job in the waiting room. He did an awesome job for the vet and her techs. And long story short, she checked everything. She checked where his testicles had come off. Everything looked good. He was healing very, very naturally. She checked to make sure that fluids could come out of where they needed to come out of. And I think that's kind of what she was pointing at being the problem. So she said, you know, we can give him antibiotics. He has 107-degree temperature, which is just, he was hot. I mean, he was warm, even to the touch. And so she said we could administer the antibiotics, and we could do x-rays to kind of see and make sure his bladder hadn't ruptured, make sure everything, his rumen, everything inside was good and intact. And as we kind of informed her of him being a little premature, maybe he was underdeveloped, that could pertain to some of this. Fortunately, the x-rays came back. He has little goat poop lined up in his goat poop tube. That's what it's technically called. And he had a full rumen. So basically, she wasn't noticing any contractions in his rumen. In other words, it wasn't churning the food and passing it from chamber to chamber like it's supposed to. She said we could potentially bring in another goat. In our case, it'd probably be Larry. And then there's the, whatever the fluid is inside the rumen, the ruma, I don't know.
I didn't hear what the name was, but basically she said they could transfer it.
Yeah, so they could transfer it from him to Harry to get his system going again. However, he got his shot there, and it had something that helped cut that fever. And by the time we got back home, he didn't lay in Shannon's lap quite as much, or at least still, on the way back home.
He stood up almost the whole time.
He stood up and was just kind of scratching at her leg, and we could tell he was just kind of getting a little more energized. We got him out here, we put him out on the ground, and he walked around and started grazing. And you saw him pee.
Yep.
And then he
had a little bit of diarrhea, but at least it was movement.
Harry just kind of went to nurse, and she's not having it, but I wish she would.
She was going in and kind of protecting him from Spruce. Look, she didn't sleep good last night in that other room.
No, she didn't.
She's like, I was up all night guarding.
So we got Harry back. He started to graze a little bit. We saw him go to the bathroom, which is what the vet really wanted us to try to monitor. And then we decided, against Blue's will, we decided to keep Harry isolated over here in this nursery. And we had asked the vet, you know, is it okay to put other goats with him? And she said, yeah, absolutely. They're herd animals, just, you know, small group. And so we decided, you know, his family. But man, all night long, we put the camera over here. Blue just was on edge. She did not want to be in there. She wanted to be out here. But Harry, I could tell, he went straight into the shelter and just kind of hung out. So it was better for him. It was tough on her, but she's a good old girl. She can take care of herself. What about you,
She's going to
Larry?
nap pretty hard today now.
What about you, buddy? So yeah, when we came down this morning, Harry was shivering, and that tells me that he's a little undernourished. So he's still not quite back up to snuff. We're not in the clear yet, but we're in a much better place than we were yesterday and the day before. So it's been, you know, one of those things that just kind of derails everything you're doing out here. Do we take it a little further than most goat farmers would for one goatlet? Absolutely. And we're proud of that. It's okay. We just wanted to do everything we could for the little guy rather than just say, hey, you know, good luck.
Yeah.
He's chewing his cud.
That's good.
What you think, little buddy? You're okay, Blue. It's okay. She's so skittish. So skittish. Can you stay warmer in this shelter over here? I'll get you
I
some
can put more straw down.
Yeah, I mean, it was heartbreaking. I'm not going to lie. We tried to, it's really hard in moments like that to get your camera out because your focus really becomes Harry and his well-being. But we tried to capture, hi Larry, and you, of course, buddy. We tried to capture some of his actions so that if anybody else is raising goats or thinking about it, these are the things to look for. Hey, bud, you're okay. You're okay. Yeah, we're all getting along. But these are the things to look for, and you've got to act quick with goats. And like I said before, they do not show it. They will not walk around, you know, letting you know that something's wrong because that's just the prey mentality in them, because that's obviously the first to get eaten if they were out in the wild. So the little guy was trying to hang in there and be tough, but he just couldn't, could he? Yeah, and you were trying to play with him, and he was just a bump on a log.
He just stood there.
Yeah. But we're happy to report today, so far, he's doing better, much better than he did yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Did he eat any of the food when you were in there with him?
He did. He was shivering quite a bit, but come here. Come over here, Herc. Hey, bud, come here. Hey, come here. It's the Herc Show, Dad. Daddy, hold me.
He requires so much attention. They all knew something was going on yesterday because they were super calm when we were trying to check on Harry and get him to eat and drink. And
well, and they all said farewell as we were carrying him because, you know, they don't know yet. Whenever we take an animal away, like, is he coming back? Is he not? But they recently saw who? You? They saw you leave and come back home when you had your procedure. I think they might have all deeply, though, kind of been okay with if you had gone to the auction. Not us.
Not Hercules.
Not us, buddy. I'm not saying we wanted you to, or especially not your viewers. You got a lot of support out there, big guy. Well, I came back, though, as Defane, Mom.
Oh, I know.
I know, buddy. You know it. He's such a cuddle bug, but he's such a scary guard dog.
He just came and got in between me and Luigi.
Yep. He heard you say no.
We want to keep an eye on him today, though, and I kind of think that we need to isolate him and put him in a shelter by himself with, hi, buddy, with plenty of straw so he can stay warm.
Well, and that way we can put minerals out for him, we can put feed out for him, we can put hay, and get his electrolytes back down here, because we have yet to see him drink anything.
Yeah.
And yesterday he wanted nothing to do with his electrolytes or water, but we have got to get fluids in him, and we've got to make sure he keeps eating and stuff, because he's not out of the woods yet. You know, it's actually, if the vet wasn't able to see us yesterday and we weren't able to get those antibiotics, guys, that was Friday. To make it Saturday, Sunday, then Monday without any assistance, and we can't, you know, you can't force him to eat or drink, kind of. And truth be told, guys, I don't think he'd have made it. I really don't. So the antibiotics were everything, and then whatever, that fever cutter that's in there definitely helped. Now, we may have to find a way to, you want to take his temperature?
Maybe I can hold him while you take his temperature.
Yeah, so we do have 2 follow-up shots I've got to do here in a couple days, and then we'll do it again about 5 days later. And it's basically the same thing. It just kind of continues that dosage, and hopefully it'll work out whatever is going on inside his system. In addition to that, he's got to eat and drink.
Yeah.
And that's why he's shivering. I've already got the college games on up in my shed, and we got the space heater going, so we're going to warm that up a little bit. And I'm not going to lie.
Take Harry up there with
I'm
you?
probably going to take Harry up there. I'm going to get a chair and we're going to hang out in there. I'm not, you know, we've got so much to do around here, guys, and you know, and you hear it all the time, but that stuff will always be there. So right now we are prioritizing Harry's health and his well-being. And if that means I got to sit and watch college football with the guy in my warm shed, I will make that sacrifice.
Oh, what a sacrifice. That's so big of you, babe.
All in the name of saving Harry, babe.
Well, of course.
Look at the little guy. He just wants to be warm and he wants to be loved. I got you, buddy. I know it. I know it. Little feet are cold. Well, this kind of nice.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. Blue, would you be okay with me taking your littlest up to the shed today and keep the wind off him and give him some first class attention?
She's like, oh, so you mean I get to take a nap today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Larry, what do you think? Would you rather be with your mama or be with your brother? I think I kind of know the answer to that one. Never leaves mama's side.
Nope.
I bet he. So Herc still has a little bit of blue animosity, especially whenever she stays in that nursery all night and he can't get to them. Something about the next day, he just wants to play a little bit of chase. Well, right now Harry's just not in any shape for that. So we've got him over here. I'm trying to get him to stop shivering. I think I'm going to spend some time with him in the shed today and turn that heater on for him.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was pooping in my lap. It's my phone ringing. I thought I was feeling goat poop. He's still got some minute shivering, just a little bit, but it's not like it was when we first got down here.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see, you know, I don't want to overdo it with grain, just because as little as he is, you know, grain is not natural to them and their rumen can't handle it like it can roughage and stuff.
Yep.
So I may try to collect some leaves or cut down a limb or something and then just make sure he has hay and minerals and probably an animal cracker. I think that helps you get better if you're a goat.
I'm sure it helps you get better.
What
It
do
was
you
your
think?
dad calling.
Oh,
Because he
was
just called me.
He's probably calling to check on you, little buddy. What you think? He's so cold. All right, well, let's get their hay refilled down here, and then we'll take him some straw and bedding and stuff up there. We'll make him a nice little comfortable place, get the space heater going, and he can stay in the shed today and try to stay warm.
Okay, that sounds good.
Buddy. Okay. You're okay. Okay. I know it.
Can you get the gate?
Yes, please. We're not going back to the vet, buddy. We're just going to give you a little bit of extra spoilings today, okay? Here you go. There you go.
You've not really been allowed to come in here before. I see that tail wagging. We have Harry all set up in here in the shed. I'm going to sit out here and edit with him today.
Yeah, I got a call from Dad. I actually got a little emergency I got to run over to and help him out. Yeah, raising goats, farm life, it's a part of all of it. So thank you for sacrificing your time and being in here with him watching college football while you're editing.
Thanks.
Got the heater going. It'll take him a little bit to calm down, but it's much, much nicer in here being out of the wind.
Warmer.
Because
Yeah.
he's still got a shiver going.
Yep.
He's going to explore for a while. Well, guys, we appreciate your prayers and your support. We're going to do everything we can to get him back to fully healthy. It's just kind of consuming us right now, and that's a part of it.
Yeah.
But we love and appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
He's like, no.
I like these chairs on mine.
What are you doing, little guy?
Oops. Oops.